attacked and beaten in the cells by a cop called Robert Ouko. First, he handcuffed me, he dragged me. So these are the injuries. I have these injuries here.
What's good? Welcome back. Now, Boniface Mwangi has exposed 3 policemen from Kilimani police station who brutally attacked and assaulted him so badly. Now, according to Boniface Mwangi, he revealed that this ordeal happened on 2nd of April this year at 9:30 p.m. where these police officers arrived at their offices claiming that they were responding to noise complaint, but in real sense, they had their own motive where they attacked Boniface Mwangi and they assaulted him so badly. Now, Boniface Mwangi through his social media handles revealed this, and I quote, "At around 9:30 p.m. on 2nd of April 2025, 3 police officers, namely Inspector Stanley Yano, Sergeant Osman Omar, and Constable Robert Ouko arrived at Sema Ukweli office claiming they were responding to an alleged noise complaint. Constable Robert Ouko, who was drunk and chewing mirror, started roughing us up as soon as he got into the office. I tried to ask the senior officer at the scene, Inspector Stanley Yaro, why Ouko was working and carrying a firearm while intoxicated and chewing mirror, and that is when all the hell broke loose and a scuffle ensued. Ouko tried cocking his gun to shoot me, but one of my colleagues pushed his gun away. 3 police officers then handcuffed and dragged me out of my office. While assaulting me, they pulled me so hard that the handcuff wounded my hand and wrist until they came off and fell to the ground. None of the officers bothered to pick up the handcuffs, and one of my colleagues picked them. We still have them. As they violently loaded me into the police car right in front of my colleagues and neighbors, Ouko hit me very hard on the rib with the butt of his gun. After we arrived at the police station and I was thrown into the police cell, Ouko followed me inside and assaulted me some more. He rained blows on me as another fellow officer held me down. It was only my screams that saved me because my colleagues who had followed the police car started screaming at the police officers demanding they stop beating me. The early morning hours of the 3rd April 2025, the Kilimani OCS Albert Chebi found me in pain and ordered that I be taken to the hospital. I was driven to Nairobi Hospital under armed escort and immediately put on pain medication. After arrival, underwent a few procedures including x-rays to check my ribs, a head scan and an ultrasound to check for internal bleeding or injuries that I might have sustained in the police cell when Ouko punched my body where my kidneys are located. Luckily, I had no fractures. I sustained injuries on my wrists, knee and busted lip, and had a lot of pain on my left rib where Ouko had hit me with a gun butt. I could also barely see through my left eye. After the hospital visit, I was discharged and escorted back to Kilimani police station as now under pain medication and able to narrate my ordeal with the OCS. I reported my assault under OB number. I even informed him that his officers left their handcuffed behind. He told me all the officers who had been involved in my arrest were sleeping and he would speak to them later and get back to me. I was released on a 5,000 police bond. The officers requested that I don't publicize my assault as the case was under investigation. During the violent arrest, one of the police took my watch during the scuffle. I got to the police station, they searched my pocket and took my AirPods. The 2 items had to be returned. The 3 violent police sent an emissary to ask me not to post images of the assault or even share the CCTV footage that captured the incident. I agreed not to post. I was urged to fly out of the country later that evening as I was traveling for work to Brazil and Ghana. Knowing the police lie all the time, I reported my assault to the IPOA before I left the country because you can never fully trust our police. I was right. to do so, because even after the police begged me not to post about my ordeal, they quietly decided to file charge against me. On 7th April 2025, the police went to Kibera Law Court without informing me and filed offensive conduct and assault charges in my absence. My lawyer rushed to court to state that I had traveled, and the court set 15th April 2025 as the date for plea taking. Magistrate was informed that I was out of the country for work and provided evidence of my invitation letter, a ticket and exit stamp in court. The court still proceeded to issue a warrant of arrest against me because I failed to attend court on that day, and went on to set 22nd April 2024 as the new date for taking plea. I was assaulted by the police, physically injured, had my watch and airport stolen by them, and I'm the one being charged with a crime. I got my first black eye at the age of 41 at the hands of black officer whose phone number is that one. I'm sure I'm not the first victim of Ouko, and if you are too, please DM. That is what Boniface Mwangi came through and said, and many people in the comment section went ahead and felt sorry for him. And this was good concerning Boniface Mwangi being assaulted by these 3 police officers, which I don't know. What do you guys think? Well, drop in the thoughts down comment section. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, that is BTG News KE, and we'll see you in the next one.